All right, so you are going to jail today for possession of methamphetamine.
I swear, don't do this.
Officer Wester is no stranger to controversy, and this is one of 3 cases that landed him in a world of trouble and proves precisely why many people don't trust the police. Wester pulled over a vehicle containing a couple and 3 kids for seemingly no reason whatsoever. He decided he was going to frame someone in this car as a drug addict and concoct a make-believe story, which would all be captured on his own body camera. He's going to say he found evidence of meth inside the vehicle while the couple's 3 terrified children are crying in the back seat. On the outside, it seems as though Wester is playing everything by the books, but when he gets back to his patrol vehicle, he reveals on his body cam exactly what he's really thinking.
I love it when they don't pull out the road, man. I mean, she is tripping out up there, son. Hey, all right. I found your stuff. Look, we make traffic stops out here for drug interdiction purposes, okay? Is there anything illegal in the vehicle? I need to be concerned about bombs, hand grenades, anything like that? Okay. Do this for me. I know it's hot to switch the car off real quick. And just, man, as soon as he finishes, you can turn it back on. It's just that'll mess up the dog's nose if he smells the fumes. Now, I'm going to keep the traffic off since we're a little bit in the roadway and let him do his thing.
Are y'all doing this because Alabama's ag?
Nope. I do this 20, 30 times a shift, man. Make traffic stops. We deploy the K9. It's nothing personal at all, man.
Boy, more at?
In Florida, police don't necessarily have the right to search your vehicle, but if a K9 unit were to detect the scent of drugs, that gives cops the probable cause they need to perform a search. However, there's an argument about the reliability of K9 units and the ability for cops to simply lie and say that the dog flagged when it really didn't, and that's exactly what Wester plans.
Look, that was a positive alert to the odor of narcotics emitting from the interior of the vehicle. That does give me probable cause to search the vehicle, okay? All right, now I know we've got some babies back there, and I know it's hot outside. I am going to search the vehicle. How hard would it be for y'all to get the kids out and hang out with them real quick?
No.
All right, that's fine. Go ahead and hop out.
Follow mama.
Cop car.
That's right, man, by the cop car. Y'all just hang tight.
That pill bottle is what Wester is going to use to set this couple up. It's a legitimate medication, but Wester is about to test the substance in the bottle and completely fake the results on camera.
Both of y'all use Excedrin?
She does, because she's had headaches here lately.
Hey, you don't mind, take this gentleman and the kids just up to the van up there. I need to have a conversation with this young lady right here.
Are they okay to put you back in the van?
Yeah, absolutely. And they can turn the air on, that's fine.
Wester has just performed a field drug test. The test came out pink, and it was picked up on his body camera despite his efforts to hide it. Pink signifies a negative test, and now the couple should be free to go, but he's about to lie and actually become a criminal himself.
Do you recognize this bottle right here that was in the trash bag by any chance?
Yeah, it's the one you bought yesterday.
Okay, all right. Look, at this point, you are detained, okay? All right? I ain't gonna put you in handcuffs in front of your kids or anything like that, but I need to ask you some questions, okay? That white little Excedrin bottle,
Yeah.
okay? Bottom corner, with the way it was positioned, I opened it up, there is a crystallized substance in the bottle of that bottle, in the bottom of it, okay? I tested it there. It did return a presumptive positive for methamphetamine here on the side of the road. So my question is, first of all, is it yours? Second, do you know where it came from?
Yeah, he bought it.
He bought it, okay.
I have migraines.
Okay. When did you put that bottle in the bag, or did you put the bottle in the bag?
We just put it in there today.
Is there anything on you? No narcotics, anything like that? Nothing
I don't
on
do
you?
anything.
Okay.
I smoke cigarettes and drink
Okay.
Dr. Pepper.
All right. So you don't use any kind of narcotics or anything? Okay. Never have?
No.
No. Okay.
Like I said, I don't mess with that stuff.
You've never
I
messed
have
with it
no
in the
reason-
past?
No.
It's no wonder the female passenger looks stunned, as she has no idea what Wester is talking about. Either she came into contact with meth through someone else, or this cop is lying.
Riding the vehicle with you at any chance? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, here's where I'm at right now. Right now, you
Well,
are in constructive possession of methamphetamine.
My brother and my sister, him and my sister, they used to do it. But since she had her kids taken away, I mean, they live in Walsall.
Right,
So, I mean, I just went over there to pick up some money for my mama and was going home. That's all I was doing.
Now, let me ask you this question. The driver of this vehicle, I'm guessing that's your husband.
Yeah.
Does he use methamphetamine?
No.
Does he use any kind of illegal narcotics?
No.
Doesn't smoke weed?
No.
Nothing like that? Okay, all right.
Wester must have thought he was home free when she mentioned she just visited family and they've had problems with drug addiction in the past. He's going to use this to his advantage and tell this innocent woman she's going to jail, while trying to blame it all on her own family. If she was found guilty of possession of meth, she could face 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine.
All right, so you are going to jail today for possession of methamphetamine because it was on your side of the vehicle. It was on the bag. Whenever you were looking for your ID, you would reach in there, you would touch the bag. Okay, so you are in possession of that today. All right?
I swear I don't do nothing.
What I'm going to do, though, since that young little boy's looking back, I'm not going to put you in handcuffs, okay? Nothing on you, right?
No, I
Okay.
swear to God,
All right.
there's nothing on me.
All right, go and have a seat in the back of my car right here. Look, man, she's going to jail for possession of methamphetamine. And that Excedrin bottle that y'all saw me pull out, okay, there is a crystallized substance that tested here on the side of the road, tested presumptive positive for methamphetamine.
How's that?
Hold on,
Like,
did I-
never did drugs a day in
hold
her
on.
life.
It was in the bag that I saw her fiddling with whenever she was looking for her ID, okay? Now, with all that being said, by no means am I saying she's a bad person. Understand that's not where I'm coming from. The state of Florida entrusts us to be a fact finder, okay? So right now she is in constructive possession of methamphetamine. Now, she told me after I read her rights, I'm not gonna read you your rights, I have no reason to, because you're not detained, you're not under arrest or anything like that. But I do want some clarification if you can help me out with something. She told me that y'all were just at a residence in Wausau with people that use methamphetamine.
Yeah. That would be her sister and her sister's old man.
So my advice in the future, don't let people that
So
you
now
know...
she's going down for that?
Yes, sir. And let me explain. It's a felony in the state of Florida. I don't really have discretion in the state of Florida, brother, okay?
Wester is clearly loving every moment as he sets up these two innocent people, and he wants to be there until she's locked away in her jail cell.
Whenever I get there, I'll walk in with her and I'll let them know that she's upset and she's scared and they might be able to do something, put her in her own holding cell or something for the night. They might be able to work something out.
I've never been there before.
Right. Listen, man, I want your word that you'll be careful when you let around that damn vehicle.
Yeah,
In the car,
we're
okay?
not going back over there no more.
Okay?
We're not going back
All right.
over there no more after this.
Get your insurance squared away.
I'll have to take care
Okay.
of that right now.
All right, man. Y'all free to go. Hey, if they give you a drug test, you're going to pass it, right? Since you don't have any kind of criminal history, sometimes what they can do is they can give you what's called PTI, which is pretrial intervention. That if you can go like a year with random drug tests, it's like the charges go away. Now, by no means am I saying that's what they're going to do, because after I drop you off, it's kind of out of my hands. The biggest takeaway, I'm telling you, is, you told me that you were around the people that use methamphetamine. You got kids in the car. You got to be careful. You can't be letting people do that.
The woman was arrested for possession, but the charge was later dropped. Wester would eventually get caught for his extremely underhanded tactics and face justice in a courtroom a few months later. It turns out this wasn't the only time he'd done this exact thing, and he was sentenced to up to 12 years for trying to put a series of completely innocent people in jail on fake charges. But begging a fellow officer to turn off his body cam is significantly dumber than what Wester tried. When dumb cops make mistakes, the consequences can be fatal.
Don't ever touch me again. Sir. Get the off. Sir.
We're about to take a look at 4 cops who messed up so badly they ruined their own careers in minutes. There are several ways that cops deal with people who are drunk, and often they can turn a bad situation around with good policing and the right attitude. But it seems that this cop forgot all of his training except for one specific part. Sergeant Police had been with the Sunrise Police for 20 years and was about as experienced an officer as you could get, which makes his actions during an arrest in November 2021 even more confusing. When he arrived on the scene, he found his fellow cops in the middle of a struggle.
Get in the car, so let go. So what? Get in the car. Get in the car. No, he doesn't want in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. All right, I'm getting in. Get your feet in.
The suspect had been arrested on Sunset Strip after being accused of punching another man, and officers were trying to get him inside the patrol car. However, the suspect wasn't cooperating. Sergeant Police, relying on his 20 years of experience, decided it was enough to justify pushing other officers aside to take charge of the situation.
Hey, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. You want to play games? You play with the wrong mother.
What you gotta do, man? You gonna mace me, mace me.
Look at me, mother.
The suspect decided to comply when the extremely aggressive officer stepped in, and you'd think that would be where the story ends. However, for some reason, Sergeant Police grew angrier and angrier. Finally, one noble cop decided they just couldn't stand by and watch any longer.
You ever get disrespectful with my officers, I will remove your soul from your body. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. No.
Sergeant Police must have been having a horrible day, as it was his threats to remove the suspect's soul from his body that prompted a young female officer to step in and pull him back. This clearly angered him even further, leading to him grabbing her by the neck. Not only was this illegal and a massive overreaction, but it was also terrifying for the rookie officer on the receiving end.
Just let it be.
We clear?
Yes, sir.
And I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Can you stop pulling the handcuffs from my wrist? Hold it real quick so I can unlock it. I'm running somewhere. I'm right here.
Sergeant Police was eventually charged with felony battery of a police officer, a charge that comes with a heavy punishment. Predictably, he decided to retire from the Sunrise Police in November 2022. As of this video's upload, his case is still ongoing. This is just one of many examples of how cameras like dash cams are essential to police work. However, it turns out cameras are not only used to help catch criminals, but can also be used to catch dumb cops in the act. This brings us to a dash cam video from a man in Seabrook, Texas. After being pulled over by a patrol car, he turns his own camera toward the scene to record the action in all its corrupt glory.
Roll it down?
Why do you pull me over?
I'll tell you that if you roll it down.
Why can't you tell me now?
Because the reason I pulled you over is you were yelling something from your car.
So what?
Huh?
So what? That's why you pull me over, because I'm
I
yelling?
don't know if you're in need of help or anything.
Oh, I don't need help.
So,
Thank you.
Okay, let me see your driver's license.
You might be wondering why the driver is being so defensive. It all started a few seconds earlier when the driver yelled an expletive at the officer from his vehicle. Despite this not being illegal, the officer decided to follow him, and when the driver signaled to turn, he was pulled over.
It's already cracked.
I can't see that.
Well, it doesn't matter. Here. I don't wish to answer questions.
You have to let me know if there's a weapon in the car. Did you not take the class?
I did.
So you have to tell them.
When you demand identification, I have to display this. That's what they told me in the class. That's what the law says.
The officer had already made two major mistakes. First, he claimed to have pulled the driver over for shouting out of his car window, then changed his story, saying it was to check if the driver was mentally okay. Most people know that free speech is protected under the First Amendment, and passively yelling curse words is completely legal in America. When the driver challenged this, the officer suddenly shifted his reasoning again, claiming the stop was for making a turn. However, the turn was perfectly legal, making this stop completely unnecessary for a totally different reason. Luckily, the driver was well aware of this and allowed the dumb cop to expose himself on dash cam for the whole world to see.
Do I smell alcohol in your breath?
No, you don't.
How do I know?
Because you can't smell my breath?
I can smell something coming
Oh,
out.
really?
Let's see. Let me do some field sobriety.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, where are you coming from?
Huh?
Where are you coming from?
You saw me where I was coming
Oh,
from.
yeah, I saw you driving down.
Are you done with this?
I'm done with that, yeah.
All right, cool.
Where are you coming from?
I don't answer questions. I've already told you. Let me know when I'm free to go. Also, what is your name? Your name? Sheriff? That's your name? Sheriff?
Right about it right there.
I'm not familiar with the English alphabet, sir. Okay. Can I have an incident number, please? Oh, a ticket. A ticket, okay.
Now the cop is playing hardball, refusing to give the driver his name. However, once again, the officer is completely in the wrong. Texas law requires an officer to provide their identification when asked by a member of the public.
While I have you here, okay, I don't want you exiting the vehicle because you have a weapon in the car.
Did
Or
I
I'm going
exit
to-
the-
or I'm going to
Did I
assault you.
exit the vehicle?
I'm
Did
giving
I
you a
exit
heads
the
up.
vehicle?
Give me your heads up.
Did I exit the vehicle? Hey, can I? You do have a dash cam, right? Very good. You can't just pull me over because I said the police. I hope you realize that, stupid.
Is that your current address? 1622?
Is that a question?
Yes, sir. Is that your current
Do
address?
I answer questions?
Okay, I'll just assume that's incorrect then.
And why would you do that? Did you read my address on the driver license?
It didn't have an apartment number on your driver's
Of course it does.
Let me see, is there?
You've already seen it. I've already complied with that part.
I don't. Okay, I'll be right back. Yeah, I say that I've never met anybody quite like you that would yell at an officer doing their job. But
So
you have a great
let
day.
me
Just no
understand.
warnings, no fines, no penalties.
May I ask you a question?
You can see by the body language of the officer just how defensive he's become over having his authority challenged. He's tried every trick in the book to try and outsmart this driver, but nothing's working, leading to the worst mistake of the whole interaction.
Questions on there? There's the address.
Yeah, no, I have a question. Can you get your supervisor here, please? Is the stop over?
Stop is over, you may leave.
All right.
You don't exit until I get out. Until I leave.
Well, you said the stop is over, right? Okay, I'm not getting out. I will. Okay, there is no need to draw your weapon, man. Are you drawing your weapon? I didn't get out of the car. You told me that already. A warning? For what? Failed to signal with turn indicator within 100 meters.
When the officer said the traffic stop was over, he also ordered the driver to stay inside his car, which the driver complied with. You have to wonder whether this cop can get anything right. After the stop was over, the driver filed a complaint and is also due to file a lawsuit. If you thought that cop was clueless, these next two officers are so dumb they allow themselves to be recorded discussing how to lock up an innocent man.
I'm on the side of the road, legally parked, with a sign which is protected by the First.
In March of 2022, officers saw a man holding up a sign on the side of the road and decided to pull over and check it out. The man, named Jonathan, was warning drivers about an upcoming speed trap. These two officers took offense big time.
Nothing. I'm gonna do it right here where I'm at. So I'm not.
I have drivers coming up to me telling me that you're jumping out in traffic.
Because apparently they're erroneous. I don't give a what somebody else says. What did you witness? Nothing of the sort. So keep your to yourself, pal.
Traffic fines make up a significant percentage of police departments' budgets, and these Delaware cops didn't want Jonathan to stand in the way of that crucial source of income. However, Jonathan wasn't accepting their claims that he had been walking into the road and stood his ground.
You keep saying jumping in traffic. When did you witness this offense?
Don't come towards
So you came to me. You came to me. You came to me. You came to me.
Just to tell me that you're jumping out in front of with the sign.
So they want to lick your boots. Let them. Don't put your hands on me.
But what one officer does next may have completely violated this citizen's right to express himself.
Don't put your hands on me. Do not put... Give me my property back. You piece of... Give me my property back. You see this? You tyrant piece of... What are your badge numbers?
Step back, okay? Don't walk
No,
up
no,
to me
you
like that.
stole my property.
Did you see anything in my hands?
You
Stole your
piece
property?
of...
Have a nice day.
Jonathan goes on to tell the officers that he's going to be right back with a new sign as soon as he can. As he drives away, he makes an insulting hand gesture towards the cops, and of course they pull him over for it. What happens over the course of this traffic stop is not just dumb, it's downright corrupt.
Stopping me for constitutionally protected speech, right?
Because you had your hand out the window.
This is what I did. You got a problem with that?
Sir, listen to me. Listen to
No,
me.
no, no.
All right, listen.
Go
That's called
away.
Disorderly conduct.
No, it is not.
That is disorderly
That
conduct.
is called
You are doing it
freedom
out in the
of
public.
speech.
If you are out in the public, you are out in the public and people see you.
No, it is not.
Here's what's going to happen.
No.
License, please.
No.
Here's what's going to happen.
I want your supervisor, please.
I am the supervisor. I am the supervisor.
License,
And that's why
please.
I'm here.
Both officers seem to be stumbling over exactly what they've pulled him over for, and it's honestly starting to look embarrassing at this point.
And I'm going to take you to court.
But here's what I'm saying. Take it to court. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you. I want you to take it to court.
So but before we go any farther, you're pulling me over for what?
Because you had
disorderly conduct.
You had your finger out.
Disorderly conduct
Now,
what?
here's what's about to happen. You're about to be arrested again for resisting arrest.
No, I'm not resisting anything.
Yeah. Right now you're being detained.
For what?
You're being
I
detained.
told you why I stopped you already, sir.
For putting my middle finger out. That's correct?
No,
Correct.
no, exactly.
For-
Right.
You extended your arm out the window.
No, I have my middle finger out the window.
Okay, let me get your ID.
You had your middle finger out the window. Okay.
It appears the officers are trying to arrest him on any charges they can, and when that doesn't work, they resort to dirty tricks.
So the next thing you do, we're going to take you in, we're going to tow the car, and we'll call social services for the kid.
Oh, so now you're threatening. Now you're threatening my child.
No, it's not a threat. It's a promise.
You're threatening my child now.
I'm telling you what's going to happen.
You heard the officer right. He just threatened to get social services involved and have Jonathan's child taken away from him. But what makes this case even more shocking is the fact that these two cops planned to lock him up, whatever it took, and it was all recorded on their own dash cam.
I'm telling you, if you put your arm out the road, your hand out the road, and you're like, with a middle finger, you could, that's like a, isn't that? I'm pretty sure. You sure about that? Middle finger. Okay. As you drive by, like, oh, game on.
I mean, he pulled him over for it, like giving him the middle finger.
Yeah, for giving the middle finger. So,
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
That'll get dropped.
Yeah, it's going to get thrown. I told him that's going to get thrown out, but it's just going, it's going to cause the problem.
Even after they are told by their supervisor that the charges will be thrown out, they still have a grand plan to put Jonathan in handcuffs.
Right.
Yeah, something like that'll fly. Unfortunately, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't. We can't pull people over. We can't write us tickets for telling us to fuck off or giving us a middle finger and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's their right to do so.
Yeah.
But all right, I'll do some more work up on this guy and I'll pass it on.
And then number two, we have no real basis. Yeah. So he's going to do something stupid one day where we are going to be able to lock him up for disorderly conduct and I just wish we had the witness and even had it on video.
This next case where a deputy decides to frame an innocent woman for possession of narcotics when he thinks nobody's looking.